Okay. Okay. Well, my name is Julia Cass, and around the 1996, I started to take a tango class in Philadelphia because I was kind of bored with my job and with my life, and I was looking for something else to do. So I did tango, I did bicycling, I did yoga. I mean, I did a whole bunch of things. But then I thought, well, let me go down to Argentina for a year, dance tango, get a job. So I emailed the English language newspaper there, and I said, do you know of any jobs for journalists? An hour later, they called and said, we're looking for an editor. Would you like to apply? So there I was, 3-year contract in Argentina. And I started to go to tango classes, and it was incredibly discouraging. You know, only old smelly men would dance with me, and they'd throw me around the floor. I'd just sit there, and at the end of the evening, I would put my shoes on and just kind of sheepishly go home. And I had a hard time learning how to follow, too, because I was always anticipating what would come next, and the guys would get mad, and one guy even said, "You do not obey." So, but I kept at it, forced myself to go. Partly because I told all my friends in Philadelphia that I was going to, you know, become a tango dancer and all of that. So I didn't want to, you know, give it up because, you know, when I was leaving, they gave an invitation that had me my shoes, tango shoes, and it said, "Don't cry for me, Julia. Don't cry for Argentina," or something like that. Anyway, so there I am. But finally, I became proficient. And I can't tell you how much fun I had for about a year. I mean, there were people, there was the guy with the syncopated rhythms or the smooth waltz or the like skating or having them wrapping your legs around them and weaving like a flower in the wind. And, you know, and all these piropos. One guy said, some jasmines will cry when you say yes. That meant yes to a cafecito, which is... Oh, the cafecito. Okay, the cafecito. The cafecito is, you know, that's how they want to get you off the dance floor. I mean, here we would say you want to go for a drink. There, it's a cafecito. So then you would, you know, go do that, and then that would be the second stage, and then, you know, they would want you to go to the third stage. So I was told by a lot of the Argentine women that you shouldn't say no, but you should just give a good reason why you can't. Like one woman said, well, you know, my boyfriend just broke up with me, and I'm just too heartbroken right now to go out with another guy. So I started to make up stories, too. You know, because otherwise, if you just said no, you know, that guy would drop you, and you know, he wouldn't ask you to dance anymore. So I kind of learned how to do that, and you know, be seductive and what's that?
You played hard to get.
Yeah, you have to play hard to get, and flirtatious though. Yeah. Flirtatious, never like you're rejecting the guy. So. Yeah, a tease. Yeah, I learned how to be a tease. Wear perfume. Well, I'm wearing this velvet thing now. I would think, well, what would feel good, you know, in a guy's arm? And I went through all of that. And then after the end of the then I met a guy who was, everybody said that the guys in tango in Buenos Aires are kind of like, you know, porteros or taxi drivers or, you know, furriers or that kind of. So I was advised not to get involved with any of them. But then I did get involved with a guy who was a professor. So he was down for a sabbatical, and so we just fell in love and did a whole, you know, tango thing. And he was not as experienced, so I almost rejected him because, you know, I was into the perfect dance, the perfect wave then, you know, so I didn't want to exactly, you know, give up all those great dances. But a friend of mine said, what are you doing? You know, you want to just dance with any old somebody all your life, or you want to, you know, have a real relationship with somebody? So anyway, so I did, and then I left and after my 3 years and moved to where he was. And then I had a lot of setbacks. You know, first of all, let me tell you about tango breakups. You know that phenomenon? So, well, in this case, okay, so I was a more experienced dancer than he was when we met. But then as time went on, he didn't become more experienced, but he became experienced enough so other women wanted to dance with him. Then he really wanted to play the field, you know. So, and then, you know, and play the field by more than just dancing. So we kind of broke up. Plus, I had a back problem, and it hurt me to dance for a while, and I didn't like my job. And so eventually, you know, I left, and we broke up. And then I lived in a bunch of places that had no tango. And I just let it go. But I must say that Maureen and Carlos have brought me back into the joy of tango. Yay! You know, the fun of tango. You know, the end of... Yeah, and I don't even have to make up stories about the cafecitos. Oh, but I can't tell you, I mean, how much fun that was. It was just so fraught. Like, who am I going to dance with tonight? What will this dance be like? You know, it was just going out to dinner seemed boring by comparison because it was so predictable. It was almost like a little bit like gambling. You know how people get so excited about gambling, those who are gamblers, you know, because you don't know what, it was an addiction. Yeah, I was addicted to tango for a while. But now I'm just getting back into the fun of it, and I always loved the music. I must have about 100 tango CDs, and so... Anyway, and but now I'm back. Yay! Creaky and rusty though I may be. You have any other questions?
I was surprised. Yeah, you know a lot of titles. Names, the songs, orchestras, and tell us about when you listen tango music.
Yeah.
What
do you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, well, some of them, especially some of the sung ones, like Dos Extraños or Rodando tu Esquina, they're just heartbreaking, and it just makes me want to go, oh. And there's, you know, just, and sometimes just the sheer beauty of just so, I mean, it's almost heartbreaking. And then there's the ones that are really fast and da 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 da, you know, the screechy violins, the bandoneon. It's just, you know, yeah. It really makes me want to dance, and it's so lively. Yeah. It's so lively.
Yeah. And you like tango, milonga, waltz?
Well, you know, my favorite is a milonga. One night you did the thing that said, are you a Di Sarli or D'Arienzo person? You know, Di Sarli being, you know, slow, the big moves, and I'm a D'Arienzo, syncopated. I'm just saying that for the camera, because you all know that. Anyway, I'm definitely a D'Arienzo person, and I like the fast, and I feel much more relaxed when I'm doing the milonga for some reason.
Good. Okay, good.
Thank you, Julia.
Oh. De nada.